Welcome back, folks. We had just come back from our wonderful scheduled program where we all got drinks, we all had a good talk, and MacKenzie is completely dead to the world. Do not worry, I shall spank her later. Also, I keep mistaking Vic's dog snoring to Douglas falling asleep.
Oh, to be fair, we're almost the same. If you leave us alone with the right smell in the room, we both have legs.
Damn it, Douglas. No! Bad Douglas! No humping! Anyway, you guys had just completed the the investigation upon the murder site at Sandpoint Lumber Mill. Indeed. All you know is that that whatever happened, it was it seems like they were after Mr. Parker.
Yeah.
Miss Katrine was collateral damage. Whatever it was a corporal undead that stinks to high heavens. And pretty much it seems as if he could have been there for however long, because undead. They don't need to eat, sleep, shit, breathe.
You know, I've been thinking
Oh, that's dangerous.
either Ruby or even Raggy probably has a pretty decent sense of smell.
Yeah. The powders didn't at all interfere with my nose.
What?
The powders don't at all interfere with my nose.
Well, then Ruby could probably do it.
You probably could.
We could try and get him to follow the scent trail to see if we can figure out.
Douglas, when you designed Ruby the Eidolon, did you give him the scent ability?
I did originally, but I might have taken it off him.
Might want to check that real quick, please.
What level are we now?
5.
Only 5? Shit, I need to really design Ruby. I'm a couple behind. 5. I think I've got 1 free. What's it called?
Oh, you also remember you do have a few more leads. You have Iberthorn, Venvinda, Venvinder, who's a merchant.
3, 5, 8. Shit, only number 5.
Is his name on that list that the guard gave me?
Of
The necromancers?
no.
No.
He's
Plus
he's Katrine's father.
Oh.
What skill does Seb come under? Perception.
Survival.
Oh.
For tracking survival, perception is just to smell. To smell or not to smell, that is the question.
Seb is a 1. Mount Claw skilled.
Oh no, Vic.
Hmm?
Vadim was acquainted with a Shayless Vinder. Katrine Vinder is her sister.
Well,
1.
I was going to say that Katrine didn't really sound familiar.
2. Skilled.
No, it's just that I found something that says Shayless Vinder, and I'm like, uh-oh. I made a
Yeah,
mistake.
Shayless.
4, 5, 6, 7. I've got a spare point. Yes, I'm going to say that he's got sent. Because I had it before. I only took it off to get flying. As soon as you leveled it, I'll put it back.
Okay. So you decide to follow the scent of the rotten smell, correct?
Yes.
All right then. Ruby pretty much goes all around the pier, the sawmill, into the marsh, back to the sawmill, around the pier, onto the bodies.
He's not going to find anything.
Nope.
Fuck.
That would be too easy.
Vadim looks at the guard and says, have the families been notified?
Yes. I had to check real quick.
That part's not in my job description.
If you wish to find Vendvinder, he's currently in county lockup. The story,
What makes...
the story behind that is that when Vendvinder, I'll never get sick and tired of saying that name.
Of course you won't.
Ha ha ha. When Mr. Vinder was, he's going to vipe your windows.
Good night, everybody.
So pretty much when he was told of his daughter's death, he flew into a rage.
Stopped him dead.
What? But when he found out his daughter's death, he stabbed a cop in the neck. He flew into a rage, stabbed a cop in the neck, and he was about ready to go more barbaric rage around town, but, you know, they tranked him.
So it's not so much that he's a suspect, just that he fucked up when they told him.
Oh, the cop's alive.
Well, I'm not... No, I mean, they killed him, just the fact that he attacked him, he fucked up.
Pretty much. Oh, and lucky you, Mr. Vadim, you did not make an enemy of him.
Well, of course not. I got the fuck out.
Well, yeah, you also made it very diplomatic, so it's kind of... This states that if you made an enemy of him in the first book, which you didn't, do you wish to talk to Vendvinder, Iberthorn?
Let's talk to Vinder first.
Okay.
Get that out of the way.
Oh, wrong one. Douglas, wake up.
Yeah, I'll wake up after I fart. And I'll look around and I'll wonder who's done that.
Anyway, Ven was the first person Sheriff Hemlock visited after learning of the murders. But after he informed Ven of his daughter's death at the mill, the man flew into a rage. Hemlock took him into custody and let him cool off in a cell. But even though Ven fought like a devil, Hemlock's sure that his rage is born from the death of his beloved daughter, and not from the guilt at being caught. He's prepared to release Ven, but if the PCs wish to speak to him, which they do, he lets them do so. You are currently not an enemy of him, and he looks at you and he's just like, "Oh, Mr. Vadim, good to see you." He's currently behind bars.
Yeah, I'm sorry that it has to be in such circumstances. Is there anything that you might have noticed out of the ordinary in the past few days?
Nothing really.
No strange odors in the area. Movement outside, anything of that sort.
Besides both of my daughters going out to fuck who knows who in the middle of the night?
Yeah, besides that.
No. I mean, looking at the counter, you can tell that there is there he does carry around something, Mr. Venn. It's basically a hand sketched image of both of his daughters. They're pretty
Makes
much
sense.
twins. They both have their mother's red hair, and yeah, they also seem to have inherited her promiscuity.
Yes, but well, that wouldn't be conveyed in a picture.
Not a picture that their father carries around.
Well, you know,
Now, find the pictures that their lovers have.
no.
Also, they like taking selfies. It just took a couple weeks in order to develop.
Laura would probably break my fingers one by one.
And she hadn't mentioned anything unusual.
All
Nothing
right,
that stands.
all right, crap. You're into gingers.
I am, but
I completely forgot that. Continue.
So she hadn't mentioned anything unusual that would have stood out in your mind.
He looks like he's thinking. Nope, nothing really.
I can't think of anything else that. Any other information that he might have seems as though he just didn't know anything.
He does look like he has not gotten any sleep whatsoever, and that he has been crying the entire night.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. If you think of anything where we'll be, well, we're staying at the Rusted Dragon. You can leave messages for us there.
Don't worry, I'll get Spindly right on it.
Spindly.
Spindly's a zombie that keeps delivering messages to you guys.
I figured it would be that zombie courier.
He's kind of he's your special mailbox.
Yay.
Alright. Well, unless either of you can think of anything. Take that as a no.
No, I can't think of anything to ask him.
I mean, you could have Raggy talk to him, but I don't know if you'll get anything intelligible out of it.
Probably not. Vadim says, well, again, sir, you have my condolences. We'll try and figure out exactly what happened.
Oh, by the way, if you take one step to your left,
uh-huh.
hey, look at that, it's Ivor Thorn. He's in lockup too.
I see.
He looks to be in a bit of shock. After all, he was the one who discovered the bodies. The sheriff admits that he has interrogated Eyeball, but he admits that you guys might be able to get something out of the miller that he could not. But be gentle in the interrogations. Thorn's been through a lot in the last few hours. I mean, you guys are hardened adventurers that I have been pulling through a lot the past year.
Vadim kind of reaches down and in front of Ivor's eyes.
What? Who?
Have some minor questions for you.
Okay. But, I've already told the sheriff everything I know. You can talk to him.
Well, we're going to talk to you.
If you
And
have any of the charisma abilities, please roll that now. Diplomacy, intimidate, anything else you could think of.
I do actually.
I mean, we could let Raggy we could let Raggy have a word with him.
And you.
Oh, come on. Raggy's form of diplomacy is not that bad.
No, we want him to have all of his limbs intact. That's diplomacy.
I'm pretty sure you beat it, Tim. Let's see here. Ibo sighs rather heavily. And he's going to tell you everything that he told the sheriff now, okay?
Okay.
He confirms that Haka had frequent midnight trysts with Katrine, but although Ven's a possessive father, Ibo doesn't think he's capable of doing what was done to Haka. And, like, that's what he states. Sense motive?
Do I have that? I do.
I was gonna say if Raggy decides to roll it as well, and he's the only one that makes it.
No, my sense motive isn't as bad as it is on my Sunday character,
I'd be
where I regularly roll -1s on sense motive checks.
damn.
Yeah. No points in it with a -2 wisdom mod.
Nice. So you roll a lot of ones in that game, huh?
Only on sense motive, oddly enough. I think I've rolled that on sense motive like 3 times.
It's not that bad. Not that bad.
No, but it's hilarious. That's become my thing. I hope for ones on that now. Because my character just has no social skills whatsoever.
I can see it. Okay, so both Gannon and Vadim,
Mm-hmm.
you can sense he's holding something back. He's kind of fidgety whenever he talks about Harker.
You're not telling us something.
No, I'm telling you everything. I'm completely telling you everything. As he reaches up, pulls the chain, and on goes the neon sign that says, "I'm hiding something."
Vadim leans forward, past the field of view and the peripheral of Gannon and Raggy, and slowly pushes his goggles up on his forehead and says, "I see through your facade," and just stares at him with the red eyes.
All right, fine. I admit it. Hawker's been cooking the books.
Vadim puts his goggles back on and says, "Really? How badly?"
But for some time. Several years, in fact. I never took part in the scam myself, okay? It's just that Hawk has been doing it for years, and He might have stashed away quite a lot of money by skimming from the top of the sales and business over the past few years. The business is owned by the Scarnettis.
Is there anyone that could have figured this out?
The business is owned by the Scarnettis.
I'm assuming you want a knowledge local for that.
Oh, you're a smart one. Yes, you are, Vic.
Of course I am. I do this shit for a living.
the Scarnettis, are a noble family that owns 25% of Sandpoint. They have a reputation for being ruthless. There are rumors that they're responsible for burning several competing lumber mills in the region.
Are any of them or anyone that I would possibly know them to have connections with on that list of 20?
No. And no, they
Yeah.
did not burn number 50. Oh, and Ivor wouldn't put it above the Scarnettis to hire someone to kill Harker if they found out he's been embezzling money.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. Nobody likes having their profits cut out.
Yeah, especially not a family.
Let's see here. Vadim, please roll me a will save.
1 second. I actually have to look that up. It's been a while. Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
There's a little twitch on the side of your mouth at the thought of stashed embezzled gold somewhere. But you're able to keep yourself hinged for the time being. Vic?
Sorry, Mike was muted.
I'm like, God damn it, did Skype fuck up again?
Vadim rubs the bridge of his nose, talking to himself, saying, all right, the books are being cooked. Possibility of the family finding out. If that happened, there's a lot of people they could have gone to. I need to find out who they're connected with in that type of circle.
Well, you could...
That could lead to nothing. What were you saying?
Well, I was going to say you could talk to Titus Scanetti or or look into his family.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely going to be done. I have ideas of how I could make that happen.
Oh, but yes, you can. You do have other leads. You do have the Sehedrin rune, as well as the first murders.
Yeah.
Well, you've already gone through those, but
Vadim is actually going to pull out the map that he has marked.
Okay.
And show it to Ivor. And say, do any of the places marked on this map, do you know if they have any connection or business dealings with the lumber mill, the Scarnettis, anything of that nature?
Besides the fact that we probably gave them the lumber to build their houses?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Do you know if any of those places were built recently?
No, those look to be part of the old district.
Okay. Older than the lumber mill, or just too old to know of?
Same age.
Okay. He puts the map back in his journal. Hmm. God damn it, dog. I could just move in the bedroom, but I don't feel like getting up right now.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Hmm. Trying to think of what else I can come up with. You didn't notice anything else unusual that night before the incident?
Nope. All I know is that he was there taking his time with his sweet little whore. And you notice a fist go right through the wall and right into Ibor's head. Ibor gets knocked out.
Fortunate.
Vadim leans to the right.
It's Vin.
You realize that was counterproductive.
He shrugs and then lays down.
That's about what I figured. He leans back to the left. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get anything else useful here.
Indeed,
I'm glad.
there are currently Tweety birds circling around his head.
I'm just going to look at Vin and say, be glad I'm not in a mood to punch you myself, and I'm going to pump up my arm.
Gannon, now's not the time.
I know.
Can't blame him for the frame of mind that he's in right now.
I know. But
Actually, you
that
guys...
was still a huge hindrance towards our progress.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think, I was going to say, I don't think it really is. There's nothing else this guy knows.
You really weren't going to get anything else out of him.
The only information that we could possibly have gotten, I think we've already obtained.
I mean,
Suppose.
you could probably...
No, I could have gotten a few good meals.
I
Well-
said information.
Well, he's currently knocked out, so you can still get the meals out of him.
No.
Well-
Vadim just...
You could just
Hmm?
grab the Tweety birds that are circling around his head and eat those.
Vadim is going to leave.
Vadim, you have fond memories of this place being a bakery once.
Yeah, strange that it kind of exploded.
Wasn't that the brothel?
Yeah, that was across the street.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Building looks fine, though.
Couple of questions on the map. Couple of locations that I'd like to know what exactly they are.
A little GM helper icon appears on the map. Yes, how can I help you?
Starting with number 19.
19. Yep. This guy right here?
Yes.
Okay, give me a second, because there's actually a map in the first book that tells me what these places are. I just need to get to the first book.
I'm just assuming that we've been in town long enough that I would have picked up this information by now.
Oh, no. You're pretty good. Don't worry. Let's just get down to... Here we go. Number 19?
Yeah.
19. Need to go down more. A bit more. Here we go. House of Blue Stones. This long stone building is primarily a single large chamber. The floor decorated with polished blue stones set within winding pathways of reed mats. The structure was built 10 years after Sandpoint was founded by a wandering monk named Endoraki Sorn. Today the monastery is tended by Endoraki's daughter, Sebil, a lawful neutral female human monk 4. Her father having passed away 7 years ago. A worshipper of Iori, the god of self-perfection and knowledge, Sable maintains a large collection of old books and scrolls in the basement chambers below. She opens both the meditation floor and her library to fellow worshippers, but others must convince her of their good influence with the DC blah 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 diplomacy check before she'll let them in. Use of Sable's library grants +4 bonus on knowledge history and knowledge of the planes checks.
Okay. Number 9.
Number 9. Damn it! Now I gotta scroll up a few more pages.
Oh, heavens. However will you cope?
What was the ending line to Robin Hood Men in Tights?
I think I know.
Call the
locksmiths.
locksmith! A flamboyant dwarf named Volioker Bristlebird, lawful good male dwarf rogue 2 expert 3, has owned and operated Sandpoint's locksmith business since the town's founding. Something of an institution, most of the town's locks were built by Volioker. Volio. I'm gonna call him fucking Volio. He's long been an enemy of the Skarsny, who have used both diplomacy and intimidation in their attempts to recruit him to their side. Volio's distaste for thievery and scoundrels may have its genesis in his childhood as a street orphan in Magnamar, although he's traditionally closed-mouthed about his past. He's a tremendous fan of the arts and never misses a new show at the Playhouse.
I'm assuming this building between 8 and 9 is part of his workshop.
Yes.
All right, number 8 then. Number 8. Number 8.
You guys are looking for him.
Really?
Indeed.
Do tell.
Brodert Quink. A neutral good male human, expert 7. A sage. Also has knowledge of ancient runes around all of the... one sec. Let's see here. Pretty much he's... give me a knowledge local check.
That one wasn't great.
Ouch. So close. Gannon. You know that he is an expert on the ancient ruins that dot Varisia's landscapes. Landscape dwells here in Sandpoint, living in the shadow. He is a sage, balding expert on Varisian history and engineering. Brodert claims he has spent 2 decades out of his youth studying with dwarven engineers in Yanderhof and 3 decades as a cataloger at the Great Library of Magnamar, and is continually baffled and enraged that his learning and obvious intelligence haven't afforded him more prestige. Brodert... Huh?
You went poof.
Hello? Hello, can you hear
Skype has unpoofnod you. Yes, well, yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, where did it stop?
Have.
Okay, obvious
Intelligence and learning.
Obvious intelligence haven't afforded him more prestige. Brodert has been studying ancient Thessalonian ruins for the past several years, and has recently become obsessed with the Old Light. Take a wild guess where the Old Light is.
Mm-hmm.
The lighthouse.
No one believes his theories that the tower was once a war machine capable of spewing fire to a range of more than a mile.
I've been there before.
You have.
Yep. And guess where we're going right now?
Winks. Or
Yep.
blanket.
Get off me.
Get out of my
You got on
ass!
me. I'm not giving you piggyback rides.
Actually, I would prefer if you guys asked more about the buildings every now and then, because these are
How's this building got any walls?
Well,
It's a
before
building, but it's a building. What the fuck do you think?
there are a
Okay,
couple more.
what are the
that
walls made out of?
Raggy? No.
Just let me get my thing in.
We need information from him. No.
All right, I'll save it till we're done.
Before we go there, though, there are a few more locations I was interested in finding out about. 7.
Well, that one's easy. It's right there. This dilapidated shack is home to one of Sandpoint's few half-orcs. A fat, heavily tattooed lummox named Gorvi. Chaotic neutral, male half-orc warrior 3. Despite the ramshackle look of his home, Gorvi's made quite a pretty penny for himself serving as Sandpoint's dung sweeper. Enough that he employs about 24 vagrants and curs who would otherwise be causing trouble along the boardwalk, paying them regularly in copper to haul one of his distinctive red wheelbarrows through the streets to collect refuse and garbage. He is the garbage man.
All right.
Sandpoint pays him handsomely for his services, a job that no one else really wants but everyone wants to see done. Lately, Gorvy's been making a menace of himself more than usual, spending evenings down at the boardwalk, harassing ladies, and raising hackles at the hagfish. Mayor Kendra has had to ask him to ease up on the drinking and carousing more often lately, but Gorvy has grown content in the belief that he won't be run out of town as long as he continues to ensure the streets are clean. Which you gotta admit, these streets are rather clean.
All right, 5.
5. Jeweler. Let's see here. The squat stone building escaped the fire that ravaged northern Sandpoint, much to the relief of its owner, a wild-haired jeweler named Maeva Kesk. Lawful good, male human expert 3. Maeva retains a half-dozen local toughs, lawful neutral human warrior 3s as guards, but he has a habit of leaving doors and vaults open. A trait of his wife, Penna Kesk, commoner 2, often berates him for publicly. Here's the thing. I'm taking 20s on your local checks here, and you've been here for a while, so you know that he often leaves things unlocked.
So, 3 things? Oh no, I'll wait until Vic is finished.
Lastly, 11.
Oh no. Well, no, before we leave the jewelers, for as much jewelry as possible.
No, we're not.
On
We
the
weren't.
city tab.
We weren't going there. This is just Vadim going through his head of different buildings in the area.
Well, shit, number 11 is actually the town hall. Also the jail. I'm making it the jail and town hall. You have seen the mayor, Kendra Deverin, in there. Neutral good, female human aristocrat 4, expert 3. Also, the place has no proper bank.
Vadim looks at Gannon and says, "You realize where that place is, the town hall, and all of this."
Right in the center of the circle.
Well,
There's a circle.
oblong, kind of.
I'm kind of like, there's a circle?
But yes, it's the
rough.
rough center point around where all the murders have happened.
That's what I was thinking. All right, let's talk to this guy about the symbols and things like that.
Right?
Actually, I find it funny that you asked about his building, too, and I'm like, you need to go see him about Thessalonian runes.
Yeah.
As soon as you walk through the door, Vadim, because, you know, it's unlocked, it's a store, you can go in, yada yada type thing.
Uh-huh.
You are quickly pulled in by magic.
Ah!
And the man grabs your medallion and is going, it's a rune, oh my god, where'd you get this thing? This is absolutely ancient. And he's pretty much pulling you along, going, here, follow me, come on, we gotta get pulling
He's slapping his hands away like, I will follow you, just calm the fuck down.
He's grabbing the rune, he's grabbing books off the shelves, quickly going through them, throwing them to the side, everything like that. You actually find a rather nice book you would like to read later on, if you want to.
Yes.
All right, so you quickly grab that and pocket it.
Well, he probably wouldn't notice at this point.
No, he wouldn't. Another book goes flying, hits Gannon in the face. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Common bestiary of sexy females.
A bestiary of females.
Binders full of women?
It's pretty much a whole bunch of naked drawings. It's a porn book. It's Playboy.
Nobody got the reference. Vic is sad.
But
The Mitt Romney joke. Come on.
meh. But yeah, so you're currently within what's his name again? You're currently within Hurricane Broderick.
God, what the? Jesus, what? God, what the? Oh, whatever.
I'm going to walk up to Tordor is his name?
Quink. Let's just call him. His last name's Quink. We're gonna call him Quink.
Okay, Quink. Grab his arms and just, as calmly as I can, say, take a breath.
You think you grab him, but it's actually his afterimage as he's currently at the desk with the Vadim and the Sahedron rune right on it, and he's currently taking notes, doing a rubbing here and there. You know, he's keeping things down, and he's quickly explaining a few things. Let's see here. Blah 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 to the expert on the blah blah blah. What he knows about Thassalos is basically he's giving you a history lesson. Okay, so pay attention.
All right.
Thassalon is a vast empire ruled by powerful wizards. Sheer size of the monuments they left behind testifies to their power and the unnatural way many of these monuments have resisted erosion in the march of time. Testifies to the scale of magic. There's also many different ways, like different evidences around the world. You can find some within this place called the Green Belt here as well. It's fascinating how they expanded this far. But Thassalon had giants in it. Giants, big creatures, the size of cyclopses. It was fascinating. But
I see.
But as I could testify to the power, the monuments, the size. Most sages place the height of the Thessalonian empires at 7,000 to 8,000 years ago, but I think the empire was even older. I suspect it was 10,000 years in the past, and I, points to a DeLorean in the corner, have made a time machine.
What?
Uh-huh.
And basically he goes on about this for about another 30 minutes, about as well as his belief that the old light was once a war machine capable of spewing fire from its peak at relatively unpopular this is an unpopular theory amongst his peers. He goes on about that too. Yet he could tell a few things of interest about the star, namely that it seems to be one of the most important runes of Thassalon. The star itself is known as the Sahedron rune, and signifies not only the 7 virtues of rule, generally agreed among scholars to have been wealth, fertility, honest, pride, abundance, eager striving, righteous anger, and rest. I like that last one. But the 7 schools of magic recognized by it's not only the virtues, but it's also the 7 schools of magic recognized by Thassalon. Divination magic, Broda points out, was not held in high regard by the ancients. Broda notes that with a smirk that much of what is understood about Thassalon indicates that the leaders were far from virtuous, and he believes the classic mortal sins, greed, lust, pride, gluttony, envy, wrath, and sloth, rose from corruption to the Thassalon vast value virtues of rule. In any event, the Sahedron rule was certainly a symbol of power, one that may well have stood for and symbolized the empire itself. The fact that the killer carved it into the flesh of his victim might point to the fact that the murderer is some sort of scholar. We're gonna go that you guys he knows a few things, okay? Like,
I was going to ask how he knew about that.
well, here's the thing. It's not really news that this place gets horrible news,
Yeah.
but it's a slow news day. Plus 7.
Hashtag fuck this town.
Oh god. Anyway, Although as soon as Broder comes to this conclusion, he just as quickly proclaims himself to be innocent. He's like, he's like, hold up, I was innocent.
I was under the impression that these murders were more carried out.
Intense motives.
Yeah.
He's too much of an idiot to have done this.
Works for me. Just had to be sure.
He see. You could tell that more than likely he doesn't leave this building, except maybe to go get groceries, if he doesn't have them delivered. Which a knock at the door proves that he does have groceries delivered. Apparently, the bellboy's missing a leg.
Not me.
All right,
That's
so
all-
if
That's all well and good. Damn it.
Go ahead.
That's all well and good, but I can't speak for Vadim here, but I was operating under the assumption that these murders were carried out by more of a cult than any sort of scholar.
Cults can be scholarly.
Yeah, that's true.
Who do you know of anyone else in the city that would, perhaps, of course, not to your level, but that would have knowledge of these things?
He asks if you're joking.
Do I look like I'm joking?
You also think that these people are that anyone else in this town is smart enough to know anything about ancient Thessalonian runes.
The symbol was carved into the body. Someone obviously knows something about it.
Then obviously someone, more than likely, he goes silent, and he quickly goes around looking through his books. Well, interesting.
Go on.
I'm missing a book. The runic alphabet of Thessalonian.
Vadim looks in his pouch.
It is that's not the same book.
Okay. How long has it been since you looked in that book?
Let's see here. Thinking. More than likely 3.5 weeks ago.
And you're not one to loan your books out, I'm guessing?
Certain books, yes. Other books, no. This was on the no list.
Well, then, have you had any recent visitors besides us?
Plenty. I am the sage of the town.
Anyone that seemed unusual?
Not really. That's when he notices your ring.
Oh boy.
And the wild roller coaster starts again.
Ah.
To which he asks if he could borrow it for a day.
I kind of need it in my line of work, especially of late.
1 hour.
I suppose I can remain here that long.
Shouldn't we stay with him?
That's what I'm going to do. Vadim takes the rings off.
No, the Did anyone take the Sahedron ring?
I just knew about the amulet.
Yeah,
What does the Sahedron ring do?
it's basically a ring. It's a ring of force shield, but the force shield summons looks like the Sahedron rune.
I have it.
Ah, okay. So he asks you if he can look at it for an hour.
Here.
I am currently trying to find the damn ring in the damn book. No, 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 no. It was up here. It was up here. You guys found it up here. Did you? What the hell is it? Actually, need to take a look at it before I can do something fun with it. Because, you know, it's age. You know, it's quite funny that whenever I want to find something, I can't find the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Found it. Okay, so how does a ring of force shield work?
Projects a shield of force. Hey!
Minus 10 points to Gryffindor.
Ah, well. Good thing I'm Slytherin.
Oh my.
That was confirmed with the Pottermore quiz.
This ring generates a shield-sized and shield-shaped wall of force that stays with the ring and can be wielded by the wearers if it was a heavy shield. Special creation has no armor check penalty or arcane spell failure. Can be used by monks.
Yep.
Activated and deactivated as a free action. Let's see here. After an hour, he gives you back the ring, saying thank you. He took, looks like he was busy for the entire hour taking notes on it. Actually filled up an entire notebook on it.
I didn't know you could write so much about a ring.
Well, it's a ring that has the Sahedron rune and has a few secrets to it. I have unlocked one.
Really?
Indeed. Let's see here. Let me take a quick look once again at the 7 virtues of Thassalon. Honest pride, abundance, eager striving, righteous anger, and rest. Roll me a d7. Abundance. Let's see, how can I swing abundance? How can I swing abundance? Minus 20 points from Slytherin.
That's actually a reference to the impossible quiz from Newgrounds.
Nice. But let's see here. Hey Vic, how can I swing abundance?
Or do you want me to re-roll?
No, I could. No. He activated one.
Better shield bonus? Maybe a tower shield instead of the normal shield.
Tower shield instead of a heavy shield.
Full circle shield?
Full circle shield.
I don't know. To prevent flank bonus?
Double shield?
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Basically, when you summon the shield, it instead of activating a shield, it more along the lines of gives you 360-degree vision. Or if you want, it can unlock a feat. There's a feat that does it too. Would you prefer to see in 360 degrees, or would you prefer to have a feat?
The feat is probably called Eyes in the Back of Your Head, I bet.
Nope. Stance of Zorn. XORN. And you get it for free. You don't need the prereqs. But you probably meet the prereqs.
Yeah.
Yep.
What benefit would 360 vision give me?
It's the same thing. It's where you can't be flanked.
Mm.
And technically, people can't really sneak up on you.